Hi, we're the Clark family, and we've sold our house and packed up our lives and moved to Galicia in northern Spain.
So follow us as we start our new lives, learn new skills, join a new community, and try to live a more sustainable life.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Escape to El Campo. Did it right. Yeah, sorry about last week. We got distracted with warm weather and a bar with beer. And then we went out with friends the following day. So yeah, big distractions in the old beer department, unfortunately. But yeah, we had a nice time anyway, didn't we?
Yeah, it was really nice. Really nice.
And as it turned out, that was the last nice day for a while. It's been pretty cold and rainy and overcast and windy. And talking about weather, we had last weekend, we had the most fantastic thunderstorm, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. It just sort of, we watched it come in from miles away. And
Yeah,
just,
came over the hill, didn't it? Over the mountain. Yeah, so it was torrential rain, but it went really dark, pitch black, didn't it? And
beautiful electrical lightning.
sheet. Well, all lightning's electrical, I think. Anyway, sheet lightning and fork lightning, a mixture of the two, weren't they? It was fantastic. So we got a little bit of footage of that. I don't know how well it's going to come out. We've tried to record thunder and lightning before, and I don't think it looks as spectacular than when you're
physically there.
Yeah, when you're physically there. Yeah, no, exactly.
You got some good footage on slow motion.
I did, yeah. So that was good. So what we've been up to then, pretty busy getting stuff in the ground, really, haven't we?
Yeah, we made hay while the sun was shining.
We certainly did. And we've opened up a new, some new beds, some more of our no-dig / digged beds.
Digged?
Dugged. What?
Dug beds.
Dug beds.
Yeah, or rotivated. They've been
rotivated beds. Yes, we've opened up some more beds, and Emma's been very diligently planting them up, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been really cool.
So what have you got in?
So inside we harvested all of our onions.
Oh yes, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
QBT.
Okay, so last week we did a test pull up of one of the onions to see how it was, and it looked okay. So we need the space in the polytunnel for peppers and more tomatoes. So the onion's about to come out, but I think they don't look too bad. We did it as an experiment because we had ground spare in the polytunnel, so we thought we'd chuck some onions in. And I think you could probably count this as our first proper harvest. harvest of onions. We've had lettuces, well, you can see in the background, they're going to seed now, and we're still taking them, but the chickens are loving them. So we've got all these onions now. Really pleased. Look at that. Okay, some of them aren't the best. Some of the red ones are absolutely tiny, but most of the white ones are okay. And I was just saying to Em, we've actually bought smaller red onions than this at the supermarket. So, you know, they'll all get used. It's not a problem. Very happy. And we've freed up this bed. To get some tomatoes in and peppers. Happy days. Our first proper harvest, really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, obviously we've been eating lettuces all over the winter. But...
Hello. Hey, Puss Puss. Got a little pussy cat. Hey, Drags.
come in.
Dragsy.
Come here then. Come on then. Oh, he's being camera shy. But very vocal.
He is, isn't he?
So yeah, we've obviously been eating the lettuces all over the winter. They've now gone to seed. They're now good enough for chicken food and not much else.
Yeah.
But yeah, we harvested. Do you remember, you counted them? How many was there? Like 100?
Well over 100. There seemed to be more onions than we actually planted.
Yeah, some of them seem to have split into two, don't they? Quite a few of them split into two.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really, really exciting. And then I planted up loads of tomatoes and some peppers, and then outside some more tomatoes, some onions, some lettuces, some beans. What else? I planted up some peas.
Did you say onions? More onions?
More onions.
Yeah.
Loads.
Yeah.
And still more to go as well. So.
Yeah. So we've got more beds to open up, haven't we? More beds to get dug, rotivated.
I'm start calling you Doug.
Dig dug.
Dig Doug. So yeah, we've got some broccoli and some cauliflower and some beetroot to go out as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hello. Sorry again for me being a hot sweaty mess, but again, it's
been a bit claggy today. Assuming that Adam's put these videos in the right order, you have just watched him rotivate this lane behind me here, and then him and I have then gone over with a spade along the edges of this row here. And that was an experiment that we tried with one of these beds where to deal with the grass problem. I know we keep banging on about it, but we'd noticed that as we were taking out some of the grass from the other beds, the roots that are crazy long sometimes and very pointy sharp, which is how they're getting through the ground so easy, but they were coming from outside of the beds. So Adam came up with this genius but flipping hard work idea that we should go along the edges of all of the beds with a spade to kind of break off those roots, to stop them from being able to come back into the bed. So as we're getting rid of them, they're not able to come back in again. So that was something that we started with one of these beds, and it seems to be working really well. And you've watched me before. I took the plastic up here, and I had to lay out the beds, but we ran out of string. So I've used the string from this bed, and I was a bit concerned that we were going to sort of lose the edges if we didn't deal with it. So that's what we've just done. But I want to show you how well the plastic has finally seemed to work. I think because it's got a lot hotter, everything underneath it seems to have rotted away a lot faster. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you what we're dealing with. So this is the bed that we've just gone along with the spade along the edge to define the boundary. In here we've got some lettuce that I planted yesterday, and there's also 2 rows of onions that went in last week. But as you can see, the grass has now started to come through. I think that we took the plastic off of this bed maybe 3 weeks ago, rotivated it maybe a week and a half ago, and it's already coming back through. But as a complete contrast, the plastic that I've taken up today looks like this. And there's barely any green to be seen. So a lot of this white is that couch grass that we desperately need to get rid of. So I'll probably come through here with a rake to try and get rid of as much of this as what I can, because it is awful. But there are also bits in here that are from the green manure that we planted back in the autumn last year. So for example, this is a bit of green manure that's now rotting down into it, and here as well. Adam grabbed a handful. Oh, here. This is all green manure that's now rotting down all nicely, and this as well. So we're going to leave bits like that in because they're supposed to be doing the bits they're supposed to be doing, and all of these nasty white roots, I'm going to get the rake and I'm going to try and get out as much of it as I can, because it's a bugger, this stuff. We don't like it, but I'm quite excited. I've left the rest of the plastic in. And we will only take that up as and when we're ready to make the next bed to save it start coming back. But yeah, we might, cross our fingers, be winning finally. Quick video before my battery dies, and I hope you can hear me above Adam strimming down there. I'm kind of sad actually, because he's singing his little heart out, and there's no way that I'm going to get that on camera. But I'm really pleased with how that went, the raking of this. At this end it was incredibly grassy, and at the bottom end is incredibly grassy, and along this edge it was a bit grassy, but in the middle it's completely clear of any grass at all. So I'm feeling really happy about that. I'm sure on camera you can't tell this either, but it was super bumpy after Adam had rotivated it. So another added bonus for me is the fact that because I have now raked it, I've got a really nice level ground to get going at with planting in the morning. And while I've got you on camera, I wanted to show you this. This is really cool. I couldn't find our rake that we brought with us from England, so I went rummaging around in our barn and I found this rake, which the handle of which is just an old branch by the looks of it that's been sanded down, and the rake part of it itself, I reckon this is flipping donkey's years old. I would love to know how old it is, but it's incredibly well made and really, really comfortable in my hand, which was surprising. But what an amazing piece of history that I'm still using however many years later. Anyway, thought that was really cool. Thought I'd share. It's already very sunny, even though it's only about 10:30 in the morning, so I apologise for my squinty face. But you've just watched me plant a load of beans, and I've realised that I don't think I've done this the best way. So you're about to watch me dig up a load of beans and replant them. But basically, we've got like 5 different types of bean, which, I mean, I originally found very stressful. Like, how do you plant 5 different types of bean? And what I was going to do is put a stake at either end of the beans and then kind of sort of like string to hold them in. But the more I think about it, because there isn't going to be the same bean all in one row, I don't think that's a clever idea. So I'm going to do a similar sort of thing to what we've done with the tomatoes, which is put a stake at either end with a sort of string line across the top, and then I am going to unplant all of these beans and then plant them with some string tied to the line along the top, so that they've each got a row. They've each got their own string to support them. I think that's the best thing to do. Well, I guess we're going to find out.
Exciting. Oh, the potatoes. So if anybody watched our episode 3 weeks ago now, was it, maybe?
I think it must have been.
Yeah, Emma rode on the back of the tractor of our neighbour with his mother, and they planted the potatoes, and we've noticed this week their little heads, they've started shooting, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, yeah.
So despite the amount of grass that's down there that's growing up, I mean, our life recently is just, and I know we keep going on about this, but weeding this couch grass, cooch grass, whatever you call it, weeding it out, and it's sort of, certain parts of potato bed, it's sort of taken over again despite our best efforts. But the potatoes are growing.
They are growing.
They are growing. So that's exciting.
It's a relief.
It is a relief.
We were slightly concerned that with the amount of rain that we had, that there's a chance that they could have started rotting in the ground, but no, they're not. They're growing.
They're growing. So that was good. That was good to see. Are you watching that cat?
Yeah, it's pooping.
Cat's having a poop.
Yeah. No, there's berry in it.
No, so this is a revelation to Emma.
Having never owned a cat, for the record.
She didn't realise that cats actually bury their poop once they dig a little hole, a little scrape, and then they do the poop in it and then bury it. And Em saw Drax doing this for the first time, and you're absolutely amazed by it, weren't you?
Yeah. Why do they bury their poop?
It's to hide it from predators, I should imagine.
I'm sure the predators can still smell it even when it's hidden, surely.
Well, I don't know. Perhaps he feels better for doing it.
Anyway, I do apologise.
Poop news.
Who knows, yeah. Oh, he's caught a mouse.
Has he?
Yeah,
He just pounced on it.
yeah,
Did he? Did he catch something?
yeah.
He's chasing. I think it's something flying around. He's chasing a fly or something, isn't it?
Well, he pounced twice.
Here he goes again. He's giving it the old wiggling his bum, ready to pounce.
Anyway, we're being distracted again.
Being distracted by the cat. Where were we? What were we talking about?
Planter, potatoes coming up. Oh, your maize is also
the maze.
coming
Yeah,
up.
the maze is amazing. That started coming up, and our pushy along planting device seems to work because they all seem very equally spaced and in a lovely straight lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah. So they're coming up.
I'm so disappointed that you didn't make them into a maze.
Yeah, could have had a maze, but perhaps that's another for next year.
Yeah.
We could sell tickets to the locals to come and get lost in our maze.
Can we get lost in half an acre or less than
Maze.
half an acre's worth of maize? Maybe not, but I'm coming there and I'm going to come behind camera and say hi. The neighbours find it fascinating that we inherited a Spanish cat and we talk to it in English, and they tell me that he doesn't understand English. He does because he's actually coming. Hey, I'm coming.
No, he's not. He's off.
No, he's not. He's ignoring me. He's going to go and have a look at the chickens instead, the hens. Anyway, being distracted again. So, what else have we been up to? Should I grab him? Trixie! Yeah, hold this.
You won't come.
You might do. What are you doing, silly? Come on then. Come on.
Has he gone?
No. Max. He's gone.
Yeah. He's very particular about when he gives you attention. Generally, just as he's being, well, just before he's being fed or just after he's being fed, outside he's not bothered, is he? He generally don't come to you.
But even if you're popping into the barn during the daytime, he'll see that you're heading towards the barn and he'll race you and he'll be straight in through the window before you're through the door, and then he'll kind of climb to my leg to come up for a cuddle. But yeah, I very, very rarely manage to fuss him outside of the barn.
He must feel comfortable. He's
Yeah.
back again, look. Hey Moggy. Hey Mog.
But yeah, I bet if I go for him now, it won't let me pick him up.
He's got hungry tummy there, listen to him.
No, he's not eating for a week.
He actually woke us up this morning, sat outside the house crying. I mean, he doesn't come in because of the dogs, but he sits there crying sometimes when he wants some attention.
Is that in shot just there? Probably not.
No.
He's now climbing the log store thing. Come on then. Come on then. Come on then.
Taxi, come on then.
Don't knock the camera over.
Anyway, we're distracted by the cat again.
Sorry.
What else?
Oh, we watched out of the window. So we don't really mention before about how many storks and stuff that we have, particularly in town. I think we might have shown photos of them before. And there's a river going through town, and there's storks living on the roofs of the houses and the flats nearest to the river. But recently, as the farmers have been cutting the grass for the hay bales, we've noticed that the storks fly over quite often. And then the farmer opposite our house last weekend was cutting his grass, ready to bale it. And a stork came swooping in and was literally following the tractor in the field. Must have been getting frogs or mice
or something, yeah.
Oh, goodness knows what, but he was absolutely having a field day. It was fascinating to watch.
Yeah, we noticed it a few times, haven't we? Yeah, some of the larger fields with the larger tractors, there's been 4 or 5 storks following along, hasn't there?
Yeah.
Up by Isla.
Yeah, there has been, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite funny because in the cow field behind us, we talk about Pepe quite often, he's got some sort of water deposit. And one day in the sun, the frogs were absolutely going for it, croaking, really, really croaking. And then the following day, he cut his grass. There was loads of storks,
everywhere.
absolutely loads of them in there having a whale of a time. So Yeah, we've got a little bit of footage.
From a distance. I don't know how good it's going to look. But,
Yeah, but we'll give you a little bit of a taste of that now. What are you doing? That's so silly.
He's very playful, isn't he?
Yeah. He loves playing with me in the barn with a stick. I like teasing him. And he chases it. He's looking a bit skinny again.
No,
Hey, hold
he's
this.
not. He's looking.
Hold this.
He's got it.
Don't you dare jump on there.
Viewers, you might go flying in a minute after a cat has jumped upon you.
He's sniffing
Oh,
it.
there we go. What can you smell?
What are you doing? Come and say hi. Yeah, it's raining. If you come in here, you'll be dry. Yeah. Come on then. Here he comes. Come on then. Yeah. Come on then. Lexi. Come on. You're so silly. Come on then. What? What on earth is he chasing?
No, just playing, isn't it? Anything. Chasing sticks, leaves, bits of grass.
Never really find much.
He often brings us little presents on the doorstep, doesn't he? Usually a mole. Moles seem to be his favourite thing.
Which is amazing, 'cause that's precisely why we wanted a cat, was to get rid of the moles. Anyway, we need to try to find the cat again.
You should
Don't
think.
you think?
That's so good.
No, I can't stop. He's so lovely. I'd love for him to be a house cat, but he is a barn cat. He's only ever been a barn cat. He lives in the barn. He's just incredibly loving, isn't he? But he's skittish of everything. Absolutely skittish of everything. If
Yeah.
I'm in the barn and somebody else comes in, he's gone. And we've tried a few times to get him in the house, and he'll come downstairs and have a sniff around the hall and have a sniff in the downstairs kitchen, but he just,
And then he
the
got.
slightest noise. Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's ever going to be a house cat. He'd never be comfortable being a house cat, but he did sit on our front doorstep this morning crying, like, please come and play with me.
So I think that's about it for this week. We were talking earlier. We think we're going to do a tour again next week of what we've planted and how things are getting on.
Yeah, like the willow trees and how the forest is looking and everything that we're growing. So
Yeah, the fruit trees, because we've had a bit of mixed success with the fruit trees, and everything's planted in the polytunnel and down in the garden as well. Hopefully the potatoes will be sprouted a little bit more, so there'll be a bit more. You'll be able to see a bit more on the camera rather than what you can see at the minute.
I'm hoping this time next week the potatoes will be taller than the grass.
Yes, let's hope so. Yeah, so that's it for this week. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Ciao!
Bye.
Yo.